Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 8 US Battleship North Carolina. It has 9 main guns, 20 secondary guns, 108 AA guns, a top speed of 27.9 knots, total health 66,000. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase AA range, reduce flood and fire chance, faster rudder shift. And for my commander, situational awareness, basic survivability, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, lower cooldown on damage control, and advanced firing training. We are on the map Hotspot. Spawned in on the southwest side, captured B, and we're going to head to pincer the enemy that spawned on the southeast side at C. As a battleship, you need to lead the way. Don't rely on your team to push the front, because a lot of times, especially at the high tier, they just want to sit back and relax and let the game come to them. And at that point, the game's already over. We fire on the enemy turrets with our front 2 guns. We only do AK damage, which is alright. So it's the beginning of the game, not a lot going on. We're headed this way. We're attempting to capture C as a team, but it looks like an enemy cruiser is going to try and interrupt that capture. The team in the northeast side doesn't really appear to have the same strategy, and we don't really have the same strategy. One of our cruisers are just headed off to try and take on the enemy by themselves. I think the best strategy is to pincer that team that's trying to capture C. You do a lot of damage to them. And every time I've done this, I've had a lot of success. So I'm just going to continue to do it. Perhaps other people will get the idea. We did no damage to the target. We did take out either a secondary gun or an AA gun. And if you noticed, especially this brand new patch, for those who don't know, North American is on the 5.0 patch, the patch with the German cruisers and the Soviet destroyers. They are, of course, disabled. We cannot access them. But they've added a couple new features. The emote system, you could designate a target. There's some audio that will be played over. People really enjoy the audio sometimes, but overall it's a good change to add more depth to the game. Again, we fire on the enemy. Don't land anything on him. He is not our primary target though. A turret is not an easy target to take out. I much prefer that enemy Atago that I see showing his side. The island is in the way though. But we're going to try to find a way to damage this Atago at some point. But yeah, the changes, the audio, you're going to hear it every once in a while. Also, the grayed out. Black is completely destroyed. Red is incapacitated for a short duration. I don't know why they chose those particular colors for each one, but that's what they represent. And overall, I think it's easier to communicate once people get used to the changes again. Remember when they changed the color of battleships? They used the color for cruisers, they had a new color for cruisers, and then they reverted that and gave the battleships a whole new color. And, you know, it's just like, you make all these little changes, and they add up to people who play. But we've, played for a while, we understand, we move on. This enemy Atago is going up the west side of the capture point at sea, and he's still spotted. I don't care about the battleships or the cruisers trying to escape on the 9-10 line. I just want this Atago, and he is definitely going the way I predicted. He's trying to engage the friendlies at sea. He's showing the side to us. Waterline shot. He's moving slightly away. We lead the target, and we are rewarded. 13,000 points of damage. Get a citadel. The Atago is no more. Our friendly turrets, unfortunately, is basically dead. Torpedoes don't make contact, thankfully, but too many of the enemy is firing on the turret's position. He's going to die. We can't do anything about keeping him alive. We are capturing C, though, so hopefully we can successfully capture that. We fire on the Mogami. Most of the Mogami is going to be past the island. We try to get damage on him, but we don't aim as precisely as we need to do. Obviously, the island obstructed the ability for me to aim precisely. It also obstructed the round's ability to even make contact with the Mogami. They mostly slammed into the island harmlessly. Now, this turret, he's trying to run. I'm considering whether I should intercept the enemy Mogami. I see that there's an enemy destroyer somewhere in the southeast side. He sent out torpedoes, and they're passing by me harmlessly. Just taking a look to confirm. It's cool. Go back to the Mogami. Focus on the Mogami. Hopefully my friendlies do not take the torpedoes. The Mogami is playing right into our hand, and they know we're here. They can clearly see I'm headed north, but I guess the Mogami is too far committed. he can't change his course. We got our front guns available for this. We really only need our front guns. The Mogami is very low. He is angled harshly. We fire on his position. Probably not going to get a lot of damage. Okay, 8k damage, but he assumes I'm done with my guns. Joke's on you, Mogami. I still got 3 rounds left to go. And we land another Citadel. 12,000 there. I did not predict I would run into a destroyer. I'm going to try and move away. Anytime you're in sea as a battleship, it is a disadvantage to you. I don't care how good you are. There's not enough room to maneuver, and we're going to move away, maybe use our back gun, but overall we're not going to put ourselves in a position to die to torpedoes. That would be bad for our team. Our team is already failing very hard. We've lost half our team, and we are basically the only player on our team that's had any real success. There's another player with a kill, but that's it. So we got to carry hard. And first order of business, try and eliminate easy targets. That enemy destroyer sent out torpedoes, but we are so fast we're going to pass by and they won't be an issue for us. Hopefully it's not going to be an issue for my teammate. Enemy Tirpitz is entering the island area. Very dangerous for him, taking fire from another ship. I don't have any torpedoes to punish his decision to sail near the islands, but perhaps the friendly destroyer will exploit that. We see the New Orleans. I much prefer to fire on a cruiser. I can easily take him out in 1 or 2 salvos. Enemy destroyer in front of us engaging a friendly battleship. We don't really have a good angle to engage, but the island is in the way, so we have to make do with what we have. Of course, I'm going to let the fire burn. It's only 1 fire. I'm not going to use damage control. It would be too risky to have damage control down for 2 minutes. We will, however, have a chance to fire on this enemy destroyer before he gets behind the island. We lead the target. He is not really changing his direction. And we're able to land 2 rounds. Friendly follows up almost immediately. Destroyer knocked out. We use our heal. We had taken enough damage to use the heal. I don't really like to use my heal unless I've dropped below 80%. I do this because I'm aggressive. I want every ounce of the heal to benefit me. We see the enemy Iowa showing his side. We are initially attempting. Then the Otago. He's going to be too close to the island. Then enemy Myoko. We're going to fire on the Myoko. He has plenty of time before he goes behind the island. He tries to move away a little bit, but we led him perfectly. 33,000 points of damage, and he's eliminated. Guy probably is shocked how fast he died. But these ranges are right in my wheelhouse. Anytime I get to engage a target under 15 kilometers in a battleship, you better not show your side. I will make you suffer. And we got this enemy Otago. He's doing the same thing. He's showing his side. We're going to try and finish the Otago. We lead the target, probably not as much as we should have. But we do pretty good damage. 25,000 points in 1 salvo. He's barely alive. We see the enemy Iowa. We're going to angle our ship because the Iowa can engage us. Friendly sends out torpedoes. The Tirpitz is barely alive, but he doesn't fire on the Otago. Maybe he doesn't want to steal the kill, but I don't care. Kill him! Finally, the Tirpitz finishes him off. Tirpitz is barely alive. Looks like the Tirpitz falls, unfortunately. But we've done pretty good trying to help our team on this flank. Again, we are still way behind the enemy. We fire on a harsh angled Iowa, and we of course do no damage. That's what angling does, my friends. It really makes your ship way more tanky. And we angle, we don't take that much damage either. But we do see he is re-angling his ship. He's showing his side. This is a textbook broadside shot that I can exploit. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have a gun rotation. His turrets are not on us. Waterline shot. We lead the target. We get great dispersion. And we do a ton of damage. 45,000 points of damage. Get Confederate and high caliber on that shot alone. And he's just barely alive. But he's probably going to get out of here. He fires on me. I need to make sure my angling is good. This is not the only ship I have to engage. We re-angle, take okay damage. We attempt to fire on his position. He is using a heal, and he's trying to escape. Now, We could do damage here, but he's angled. We do half of his health. And I try and finish him off, but it's just not going to happen. He's running away. I'm taking fire from an enemy battleship. My friendly destroyer is doing everything he can, but he needs to take out this turret. The turret sent out torpedoes, but they harmlessly pass by the friendly destroyer who's trying to hide for his life. We gotta help the destroyer. We got our guns ready to go. The turret is slowly softening his angle, so it'll be an easier shot. Enemy Iowa's firing on us, but we can't leave our destroyer hanging. We aim at the waterline. There's a very specific target. We want to aim almost perfectly center, and we're able to do 21,000 points of damage and not get a citadel penetration. Destroyer finishes him off. Yes! The enemy Iowa shows back up, but then he disappears again. This is real frustrating for me. He is, of course, running away. He's able to avoid death, and we can't allow that. We are now the only two alive on our team. We do see the enemy Iowa, but there's a huge island in the way, and I'm trying to estimate where the hull of the ship would be, and we try and follow our shots in. They did update the way the shots look. It looks pretty cool in this patch. Unfortunately, they don't make contact. Kunka! We can't let him escape. Gotta take him out before it's too late. Hey, we've been doing pretty good, me and this destroyer. I really want to kill an Iowa. It is very frustrating for a target to escape with that low amount of hit points. We got so much to overcome, though. The enemy has captured everything. They're capturing B. We're so far behind, it's going to be Superman level of kill shots to get this game back in our favor. We know that at least one enemy ship is capturing B. We know that there's an Iowa northwest of our position, but other than that, we really don't know where the enemy is. We do know that the enemy destroyer is not spotting us because we do not have situational awareness going off. We did see someone fire. Don't know what that was all about, but I'm hoping that the enemy Iowa will continue northwest. We'll see him on the left side of this island coming up, and we'll be able to fire on him and kill him. I'm 100% sure that I could kill this guy if I see him. I just need to see him. I'm glad that this destroyer is helping me out. It would be nearly impossible to take on these enemies. We have incoming rounds. Don't know that they see anything. They're probably just blind firing. And, oh, enemy Iowa. We spot him. He's very low. We fire on his position. And of course, he's making his ship harder to hit. He's angling away. And it looks like we get one round to make contact. Does no damage. Dang it. That is not good. We can't sustain this kind of damage. We can't keep going at this without killing this Iowa. We only have 80 points left before the game's over. We need this kill to bring it back so we have some sort of chance. He softens his angle. He's trying to fire on our position. Probably not the most ideal strategy when you're only 4k health. We are able to land nearly everything. Doesn't do the damage we need. And he's allowed to survive again. We have one fire. We're going to let it burn. Remember, 2 or more, use damage control. Someone lands another fire, but we are immune to it. Enemy turrets flashes in front of the Iowa. I don't care about you right now. I want that Iowa. Guns are reloaded. Again, he softens his angle because he wants to fire on our position. And in doing so, you have just killed yourself. We kill him. We get 60 points in our favor. We're still in this. I am unfortunately in between 3 enemy ships, and I'm going to try and take out this turret as best as I can, but I cannot angle my ship any better than it is. Someone's going to have a good shot on me. We aim at the waterline, lead the target with AP, and it looks like we're going to get some pretty good. We get 15,000 points of damage, but he's still alive. We got 40 points to work with, and we're taken out by the enemy battleship. Just too much to overcome. Fantastic game. Love this ship. It's so powerful. Confederate, high caliber, 4 kills, 9 citadel penetrations, almost 500,000 in credits. Base XP 2,097 in a loss, more than anyone on the enemy team. Around 200,000 points of damage. The North Carolina is so awesome. The ship really stepped up. Unfortunately, our team did not. I hope you enjoyed this loss. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.